Leadership involves appropriate influence on people. Great leaders do that with a servant attitude, with a Christ-centered focus, and do it with an appreciation for and almost a kind of reverence for the other. She has a way of doing that is winsome.
I remember being so shocked that the college president knew my name and had an interest in getting to know who I was. I just assumed that the president is kind of untouchable. And that is not Kim. She was so warm and invested in my first conversation with her, and I felt like she genuinely wanted to know more about me and who I was and why I was at Messiah.
Perhaps I didn't fully realize it at the time. She presented this example of leadership that was not performative. It was exemplary. You have an individual like Kim who shows what it means to be transparent and honest on an institutional level with whomever she is working with. Her interactions with me have impacted the way I approach my work and how I hope to continue approaching my work for as long as I'm in this field.
I first met Kim actually on a random phone call when she was employed at another institution as a faculty member, and I was a brand new faculty member at my institution as a new person to the profession, trying to get some advice and tips, particularly on how to do college level teaching. She spoke life into me, into the situation that I was stepping into. And I tell people, I may not remember all that she said, but she made me believe that I could do college level teaching. And for that, I'll always be indebted. She sees things in you that you didn't and challenges you to rise to a level that you thought you couldn't.
You know Kim loves you. You know that because you feel that from her. But she also expects from you. Expects excellence that Messiah is known for, expects you to be at the top of your game. But you want to be. You want to be because you know how much she has invested in you and how committed she is to Messiah. Kim has taught me how to be authentic, how to be genuine, how to be consistent, how to be faithful, how to be a good friend. I mean, how many of us have ended up with baskets of food or just, this is a busy woman, and yet she still has found these ways to let you know she is faithful in her friendship and faithful in her love for you.
I learned from her how to be a tremendous friend. She's a very giving person. She not only gives of herself, she gives of whatever she may have stopped along the way to pick up, whether it's flowers or whether it's some food. She always is thinking of the other person. Very seldom of herself.
She will still, as the president, go and make somebody lasagna if she hears that their wife is ill and she needs to feed the family, right? So she's the person who taught me how to lead because she's a servant. My dad's more of a commanding personality. Anyone who knows him knows it's true. He likes to be in charge, but my dad, especially throughout the presidency, really took on that servant role. He came home and was a stay-at-home dad with me for a period of our lives. He's always been very supportive of my mom and myself to keep the family going. He's the person who taught me how to serve. So it's kind of interesting, even though they have different personality types, they sort of embodied the aspects of each other to make the presidency and our family work for 20 years.
The creative spark in humanity is in fact the closest that we come to divinity. When it's said that we're created in God's image, I think that's what it's about. It's the ability to create. I do think that her love of the arts comes from this feeling that it's an integral part of being human. It was a central focus point of her presidency, pretty much for the entirety of her time there, that the arts were going to be integrated into the life of the entire campus, whether it's music at faith services or performances of the chorus or the orchestra, or any of the many programs in dance and in theater that she was such a staunch supporter of. I think these stem from the feeling that it's not enough just to learn academics, but the humanities, including the arts, are crucially important to becoming a grown human with any kind of a breadth of worldview.
In Christian higher education, in culture, there's growing divides. And those tensions in the broader society and certainly in Christianity were present on campus. So it's very important to have a president that could navigate that tension. To do that for 20 years is amazing. And at the end of it, Messiah had a distinct mission identity through that time, which I think has helped us navigate the current currents in our society.
Overall, Kim has done an outstanding job of facilitating academic excellence through a pandemic, through some challenging financial times, constantly encouraging the faculty and the students and the whole community that is our primary mission. We are, first and foremost, an academic institution, and we need to do that with a centeredness on excellence that comes out of our commitment to doing what we do to build the kingdom of God for the glory of Christ.
I think if she weren't an educator and administrator, she'd be a pastor, because she has the heart of a pastor. She's interested how people are developing spiritually, but she's not afraid of their struggles. She's not afraid of their wrestling with their faith. She approaches it from the heart of a pastor and weaves that together with being an educator and says, oh yeah, we want them to grow in intellect, but we also want them to grow in character, and we want them to grow in their relationship with Jesus. So for her, faith and learning go together. She embodies that, and then she brings that out of the life of the campus into the heart of a student.
I think the future of Messiah, when you take into account the Phipps impact, is one where you are producing students that are globally minded with this service heart, oriented heart towards a mission outside of themselves. They are embodying these Christian values, but finding meaningful, tangible ways to meet global needs, to be reconcilers, to be servants, to be passionate, and to spread love in very educated, thoughtful, and constructive ways. And we desperately need that in the world. And so I'm so grateful that that's been a transformation we've seen at Messiah.
While a season at Messiah might end, a relationship that you have with Kim does not end. And so, sad for us, but also excited. Excited for her and for Kelly and for Brooke. I've been in higher ed for a long time, and I've not met many leaders. I've not met many persons like Kim Phipps.